Hey guys, good afternoon everyone. It's November 17th, 2020. And in today's session, I'd like to cover the most trending stocks that we currently have in the market. At the same time, I can also check out some of your requests. Now, before we get started, this is Miss JD, by the way. And if you have not subscribed to our channel yet, and if you like this kind of content, I do. Review stocks from the Philippine market, and once in a while, I also check out stocks in the US market. So if this is the kind of content that you like, I'm inviting you to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you're always updated whenever I have new videos. Okay, and let me get started. In today's performance for our index, looking at how the candlestick ended today, looks like we are trying to create a consolidation here, um, right at this area. So we are still sitting at a possible resistance. Well, this is the resistance that I see. Hopefully we are just going to stabilize right here, and then we are going to have a breakout of our resistance level. So I'm just going to create a very tight box here. So I'm thinking we are going to be moving within this range in the coming days, and then it's just about time. We just don't know when, but very soon there's a high probability that we are going to break out of our resistance area. Considering that, of course, a lot of the businesses are now open, and there are a lot of promising progress around the vaccine. There are a lot of brands, in fact, that are being developed right now and are showing good results. Last night, I forgot the name of this other brand. I know and Sputnik already confirmed the high effectiveness rating or high accuracy of their vaccines. And there's another one last night, which I forgot the name. Let me see. Moderna. Yun. Moderna also sent us an update. They said that their vaccine shows nearly 95% effective. Yes. So it's good that we have a lot of makers who are already developing this. So, well, why am I saying that? Definitely because this will create a positive impact in the performance of the market, not just the Philippine market, but also the U.S. market. In fact, if you're considering to trade the U.S. market, this is a perfect time. Almost a lot of the stocks our portfolio in the U.S. market is also looking attractive. So if you want to trade the U.S. market, I'm highly recommending eToro. You can create an account using the link I have in the description box. But definitely, both U.S. and the Philippine market will be taking advantage or will benefit big time in these progress that we have. Now, how is this going to pan out in the individual stocks? So while we are consolidating here, let's wait for that to break out of the resistance. And let us also check the most trending stocks today with the highest trades. Okay, let's start with BDO. BDO over here managed to bounce at the MA20 area, which is the area that we have also plotted in our review last night. So this is a good bounce. I personally have majority, a good size in my portfolio invested in BDO, and our average is also, in other words, we're green in BDO, so that's a good thing. While the others were not showing any interest during this period, this was the time I started accumulating, and then slowly it's paying off. And look at the volume for BDO. BDO is giving us an increase in the volume as we progress. So there's a big chance that this stock is really going to move forward in the coming days. Good volume at the same time here. Next is Mary Mart. So Mart, when we had a breakout, so this used to be the highest point over here, um, instantly. Um, it revisited this key level. So there is a possibility that it could touch this area again and create a brand new support. There's a big chance that it will build that first over here. If now this stock is really going to give us some bullish signs, then it's just going to create a brand new support at that level. You know, the previous resistance will be your support now. Then after it stabilizes, most likely, while it consolidates over here, probably it will drop in this area first, and then it will continue to move up again. So 451 is the area I am looking at as an area of possible, stabilization level. BPI, this is a another sign of weakness that we have here. This is the resistance area. It's an area, so it could be slightly higher or lower. So this is a bearish candlestick. Okay, so that is a bearish candlestick. So chances are it will most likely drop in the coming days and revisit your 77.92 level. I see a resistance here and resistance here. So most likely we will be revisiting this area and create a support right there. Overall, we are still looking really, really healthy for BPI. Wow, there's also support in this level. So this is a healthy level to enter or re-enter if you've been profitable and you have taken profit and you're considering to enter again. 77.92 would be a better area to catch it. PHR. So for PHR, we revisited the MA20 line. So for those people who are considering PHR, I think this is a much better entry price because from 319 to 280 to 85, that's a good how many percent? So those people who are profitable just locked in their profit. Wow, that's an 11.51%. So if you would like to enter in the stock, a healthy level would be the MA20 line. Look at this. This used to be your support. So again, once we break out of that, your previous support, once we break out of that, could also be revisited and will create another support at that area. Overall, we are just starting to bounce for this stock. The bounce has just started. Overall, there's still big potential if you're looking at PHR for long term. PHA, here's another stock. This went almost, wow, it nearly doubled today, but there was a massive sell-off. So I will not be surprised if this will fill the gap in the remaining days of this week. So there's a big gap over there, so maybe it will go back to this level, I don't know, around 438 area. So just be extra careful. So if you're already profitable, consider locking in some profit because I see the stock dropping in the coming days. Ali also gave us a very small candlestick today. So that means there's the buying sentiment is starting to show some decline. Look at the volume. It's just 50% of how we had it here. Okay, so this was the period. And this was your sign of weakness last 16th. And then another candlestick today, which is very, very small. The body of the candlestick is starting to be decline or yeah, it's very small. So that means buyers are hesitating now, especially you also have your what do you call this overbought level. So expect for this to probably drop first, revisit some key levels before it goes up again. Okay, so 35 to 3508 area is the nearest support, so maybe it could drop right there. So just catch it, maybe lock in some profit here. The buying power that you'll be getting out of it, you use it to buy this again around 35.08. ACEN, wow, ACEN, unstoppable. So Which stock was that? RLC. Um, I forgot which group was that. You know, the rebalancing. This entity did some rebalancing, and then what happened is they added ACEN and then they removed RLC. So this must be the reason why this stock is on the aggressive side. I'm gonna look for that thread. Now there are also good information materials that are also found in the social media or in the feed of uh, Instagrams. So what was that? Read more posts. It was last night. So this group did some rebalancing and removed RLC. No wonder RLC was on a decline in the past few days. Here I found it. So MSCI makeover. Robinson's land levels down. Shell gets bumped. AC Energy jumps in. So here, so this is a global index compiler, MSCI. I haven't really read about this company or this group yet. So what happened here is that RLC was now or is now considered as a small cap, I think. Yeah, here. RLC managed to land in the small cap index in place for Filipino Shell. And then ACEN is now part. AC Energy was also added to the small cap. So ACEN is already added in this on their list. So that could be one. And what I can see here right now is we can probably have in the next few days we might have some more movements going up, but be very, very careful. Well, we still had that good volume when it did a bounce here. So as we move higher and higher, expect for this volume to show some decline because it's starting to become expensive. Or we will just have some minor retracements along the way, and eventually this could end up really, the value of this stock would really shoot up in the future. So expect that we still are going to experience some fluctuations, but if you're a long-term investor in this stock, there's a promising growth in this. Okay, so maybe the hardest drop that I can see right now is around the 390 level, which is your MA20 line. The most immediate could be around this level where you had some consolidation around the 416 area. So your call, would you like to wait around the 416 or wait for it to go back to the 390, which is your MA20 line? Notice here your MA20 gets revisited and respected as we go nearer the area. So at least you have a game plan. So let me just plot it here. Two key levels in case there will be fluctuations along the way as we move higher and higher. JFC, another good bounce for JFC. I'd say this is a bounce. 1 day worth of performance was 2 days worth of a decline. So I just see because when we dropped, we created a higher low. So this was your low previously. This was the low, and then we dropped its higher low. And I'm sure when it goes higher, it will create a higher high. So a lot of promising setup right now. Although this is already on the expensive side, but again, we've dropped massively for JFC. Therefore, I will not be surprised if it will continue to push the price higher and higher in the coming days. So that's a promising area. For LTG is currently approaching the nearest resistance around the 13.06 level. Okay, so previously If I'm not mistaken, we mentioned it here around 1204, 1206 if you were interested in trading it. Now, if you entered probably at that area, how much of a gain have you already experienced here? Yeah, that should be around 7 to 8% gain. But overall, if you look at it, the climb is just also halfway. Well, it's already halfway because we've been starting to push the price higher back in October. And we even had a rest. So this was the resting period. And I think that's just fine because at least we could see a high possibility that there will be a continuation in the uptrend. Now, if you would like, and if you're conservative, the nearer you are to the 1209 level, the better. But I just feel like there is a big chance for this also to be broken. C also managed to bounce. Tomorrow is the resumption of the trading in Dito. So really, I'm not sure how will it affect C, considering the fact that we got a confirmation that it's in the Dito CME, where the telco is associated with. So we're not 100% sure if this will also be because there's a big chance that Dito will either have a gap up or definitely we will have a bullish opening for Dito. So we're not 100% sure how will it affect C. What I'm thinking is people here are just trading this temporarily, and tomorrow there could be probably a start of day, there could be a push in the price, but people will be taking profit as well and transferring to Dito. So the support that I see for this stock is currently at 533. So there's a possibility that that could also be revisited by tomorrow, but from people who will be locking in their profit, who may have entered here and are already profitable and would like to transfer to Dito. So that's my 2 cents. MWIDE, well, we had technically 4 days almost of bullish movements, and today we had some profit taking. And if it goes back, the nearest that I can see would be around this area. You had this support, resistance, and this one very near the resistance. So there's a big chance that it'll go back here, stabilize first, and continue to move higher. The next is SMC. SMC also had, just 1 second. SMC, we had a very, very attractive chart today. This is a confirmed breakout. Although this was also a significant increase in the price, 5%. So I'm thinking people might take profit, but again, the setup is so attractive. Halfway could also be a good haggle. Between 107 to 113 is already a good haggle for an entry. Let's talk about FLI because I think I missed this when I mentioned here. Justin said, I think you missed FLI, so I'm going to add it here now. So FLI is just stabilizing. A good thing that we started, our volume is still there, still picking up. You see the cloud, it's starting to move higher and higher with some foreign buying, and tapos na yan. So I think it'll just stabilize here. We have just created a brand new support at the previous resistance of this stock. So expect for this to move some more in the coming days, move to the upside in the coming days. So 1.02 is the area I am looking at. Okay, and what about CHP? CHP also had a long wick. So just in case this key level will be revisited, that's the nearest support that I see. Okay, so that's the support. Also, if you're long-term here, look at that. You're just halfway. Okay, so what we want here is some stabilization built or formed at the 165 level. and we can say that's a strong support. Look at this. This used to be a support here as well. Look at that. Okay. Converge. Converged. Converge managed to break out. This is the breakout for Converge. Yon, 1522. So I think if you want to get in Converge, try to haggle for a few cents. 1522 is the support. But if you're a long-term investor, anywhere between 1566 and 1522, that's a good entry for now. And look at this. We started to show our RSI with a tiny, tiny line over here, which is around the 54 level. So that's a good sign. There's momentum picking up and some foreign buying that happened. So 1522, guys, very promising level to start accumulating. Okay, so that is it for this episode. Thank you for watching. Probably tonight I can add another episode. So feel free to drop a comment so I can review your stock. And by the way, before I end, I'd like to also invite if you want to have a more personalized, engagement with Miss JD. I am in Patreon. In Patreon, I recommend stocks that are really showing some promising movements. And so far, the ones that we have recommended are already moving in the direction we wanted. So if you want to see more of that, join me in Patreon. I also give out some freebies there. My goal is really to make that to grow that network and to give a lot of information that you can use as you take on a journey here in the stock market. Okay. In the meantime, thank you for watching and bye bye for now.